can't pull one over on me, Witcher. See, you're a killer.
My, do I ever feel like doing
Best
absolutely
cure
nothing.
for the beast. A witcher.
Lebioda wept. It is positively reasting. Pardon me.
What's the pro...
I have Bumbot.
Oh, ist mein Backen verwittigt.
Stinks of carrion. Necrophages. Reeks in here. Reeks in here. Reeks in here.
And
Drink!
is the storehouse
Give me a
safe?
drink!
Well,
Storehouse was full of rotten meat. Attracted ghouls I had to get rid of.
Saint Lebioda's calloused heels. But is it safe now? Come.
Though I'd advise...
Of course. Meanwhile, Pat.
So long.
What's going on there?
How's the man?
Her Grace awaits inside.
Here at last. We lack only Damien now. I'm worried something might have happened to him.
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Cintrian appears to be no common bandit. He managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire.
Still don't know this Cintrian's behind the kidnapping and blackmail. But
Even if it's so, he then sold the wine to the blackmailers. As I see it, that makes him an accomplice.
need to find the Cintrian, whether or not he's Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Cintrian does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for... And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
Don't care. Down to business. You learn anything?
I will start at the beginning. The port warehouse where the wine was delivered. We identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved... We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the... There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Cintrian accent.
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer? I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted, very.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
The Mandragora. What's that?
A club, an affiliation of local artists. Painters, sculptors, troubadours, and dancers.
Never heard of it.
They exude mystique, consciously, I think. Behaving like an exclusive cabal. Artistic elites. Every now and again they mount soirees. Only wealthy patrons are invited. All arrive in elaborate masks, then drink and flirt.
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
You read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze through.
Out of the question. If the Cintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire. Then meet me in Oatville, in Mountebank Alley.
I should double the patrols, just in case. Audacious rat, the Cintrian. But we'll get him.
Sir? They're undead. How the mighty fall.
Is that not this cur with the Christ on his... It's him! Get him! We go to marching together! Together!
Didn't look like locals. Damien's right. I'm a hunted man.
All is in order!
I need a rest. My body is ready. Every inch of
Some thick pudding and bring it right here.
All is in order!
Any takers? Last call, then I head home.
Our little Annie has a clever with whom
Ooh,
Am I invisible?
Trolling on an empty stomach.
Oh.
Dreadful.
I won't go. I simply
Race no fuss! Water no wine!
Eh?
Sacre bleu! It's a crime. You're from the north, that's painfully clear.
Excuse me?
There is no excuse. There is but the need to outfit you anew. My salon stands open. Please come in.
All jests aside, let me see what you got in your wardrobe.
I'm more than willing, sir.
Thanks.
Ever your servant, sir.
Ah.
Bloody hell.
I thank you for letting...
See you later.
Take care, Witcher. And
BB, know anything about...
A laboratory?
It is. Whoever it was sure knew their...
Forgive me.
Just saying.
Then I am all the more...
Starting to really like this place. Maybe we should keep going, refurbish some more. What do you think, BB?
As you wish, sir. Shall we see to the house or the grounds this time?
Feels like by investing a bit of coin, I could make the house more functional.
I agree thoroughly, with every fiber of my being.
Thinking about buying a comfortable bed. Always wanted one.
Excellent idea. In your profession, rest is supremely important. But say the word, and I shall order you...
Great. Order me a fine bed, please.
True indeed, true indeed. Is there anything...
Was wondering about the guest room. Not that I'm expecting company, but...
Oh, but that is immaterial. All self-respect...
Yeah. Sooner we...
I can tell a man of action immediately. Is there anything...
Let's put a pin in this for now. Remembered I have some urgent business to tend to.
Not the slightest problem, sir. I am here to serve whenever you desire.
Welcome back to our...
All jests aside, let me see what you got.
I'm more...
Thanks. Think that...
Ever your servant, sir.
My, do I ever feel like doing this? Ooh!
Reginald Aubrey has returned, not to be missed. Buy your tickets.
A fruitful hunt to you.
I stock the larder of
The butcher
Ark
laughing.
Beauclervois, her most gracious duchess, has hired the Witcher to get at the...
Late. Why does that not surprise me?
Well, well. I did not expect you to have such a sense of style. My, Geralt. Not bad at all. And you've even a mask. Just not the kind required. They're a little different, the ones Mandragora members wear. I've brought you one. Put it on.
Let's go. Soiree's started.
Wise of you to hide your weapons. They'd not have let us in otherwise, that's certain. How do we find the Cintrian? Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. Soon as we find her, we find him. Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come, it's our turn.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
Tell us about these performances.
This evening, the Mandragora has the honor to present 3 superb displays of artistry. The first was a concert by Cecilia Belont, a singer whose voice, were it stone, would surely be a diamond. Sadly, Mademoiselle Cecilia has sung.
Shame. You would have loved to hear her.
Luckily, you are in time to see the great Calesti, a master of visual illusion.
Visual illusions. Interesting.
The third and fourth, for they are a duo, are the Tuven brothers, presenting their newest pantomime.
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Belont.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have ample opportunity to converse with her.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could help us find her.
I don't know where she is now, but I can give you a clue.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaveri orchid.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily by the orchid.
Well, well. Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are guests here. Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress. There, in the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Kaveri Orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find the Cintrian.
Don't rush about so. Do you fear taking
We will
part?
not stir. One false move could prove ruinous to the entire communal effort.
Geralt, be bold. Show us the artist in you. The paintballs, cast them at the canvas.
This good folk, yet another soul longing to express its creative side.
Well, you are not at
Or a deeply internalized fear of intensity. It's obvious. It represents transgression in its purest form.
Should you tire of these hues, drop them into Kale and grab a different, that green, lush and verdant as a field of vines. To vines and to wine! The composition takes shape.
Yes, it's sure to be a masterpiece.
Scarlet lips of Oscar, icy lips, full sensual eyes. Fling a story. Voila! Allow me a moment to ponder. My appraisal? The painting depicts spiritual dualism.
Sure to be in one of the alcoves.
True talent paints like the great one.
The Great Bois. But he's a dancer.
Come, let's look in the alcove.
To say the other one. He's drunk.
My regards.
So, the morning after, is it?
Absinthe, the preferred hooch of artists.
Careful, it packs a pretty powerful punch.
I've built up a pretty powerful resistance.
This painting, it's rather... It's very...
Come, let's look in the alcove.
Ignorance.
Pretentious. I was prepared for all sorts of criticism, but pretentious. Blah, blah, blah. Avant-garde, schmavant-garde. It's all...
It must be someone famous, I tell you. Such talent. Exceptional, truly.
Do not disturb! Shoo, shoo!
It's the right flower.
Of course it is! A Koviri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still! You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
We came here to meet you, specifically.
To meet me? But why?
Cintrian Noble you came here with. Wanted to ask you about him.
Cintrian Noble. Ah! You must think I'm Cecilia.
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move!
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but I did see the nobleman.
Really like to talk to him. What did he look like?
Like many here. Tall, dark, masked.
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift. A heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards the refreshment tables.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur, I cannot work like this. You must leave now!
This is beautiful. My deepest regrets.
It's a shame we didn't come in. It's
The Great One. He's a dancer.
That's to say, the other one. His brother.
Let's look by the refreshments.
so good to see.
My regards.
No. Perhaps.
Good to see.
We should walk past the tables. Perhaps they're still there.
Do take care.
Do you know my favorite?
Look, lanterns. They say releasing them brings good luck.
Hey there!
Fine. Let's give it a try.
Never suspected you believed in such things.
Do you seek someone?
Give this man some wine!
Aren't they even? Because the right half seems somewhat higher to me.
It's fine. Relax. Master Buffon is a generous patron and a truly wonderful man. It was thanks to him I had that exhibition in the palace gardens.
Was that not just after you went off with him to bed?
Look at the mage. I believe he's casting spells.
Yeah, we'll see.
Ah, how beautiful. The dolphins. That is no ordinary illusion. The man is a true artist.
Impressive.
The Great One. He's a dancer.
That's to say, the other one.
Such talent.
Let's look by the refreshments.
Would ever love to meet him.
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone eaten it once.
Empty heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Cintrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it.
Have you seen the Skeletor Isles?
Love letter penned on a napkin. Look,
Oh, my amour, my sunbeam flickering across the firmament of my life.
if it hasn't come?
He'll definitely come. Don't worry.
Sorry, only artists in the Mandragora allowed.
Come. We must consider what to do.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake you for anyone.
Shh. Not so loud. We are here incognito, on state business.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
I hope we can count on your discretion.
Of course. I shall be silent as the grave.
Looking for Cecilia Bellant. Seen her?
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly were drawn to each other.
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered, a black beard peeping out from under his mask, and he spoke with a foreign accent, a drawl of sorts.
That must be him. We must get to the dressing room, quickly.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take you.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Quickly, upstairs. That must be Cecilia.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana. At once. She should bring her soirée to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
Killed her, then went out on the balcony. Bloody handprint. It's his. Tore down the door. Made a platform. Clever. Must be pretty strong, too. Broke the flower pot when moving the door, then stepped in the soil. Footprints, made by soiled boots. Must have climbed this ladder. Could still be here. Need to stay alert. Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it hard and sank to the floor. Bloodstains. Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this, must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace? Seems there was a struggle. Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably. Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Sconce is bent, smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it? Empty inkwell. Knocked over, turned toward the room. Hunting knife. Richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably. Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out? Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything, in full detail. I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then he drew a knife. Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He
fell out of the window.
Just so.
None too wise picking a fight with an armed robber.
Why? Because I'm a woman, in a frock rather than plate. I can take care of myself, I assure you. A hairpin might look like mere ornament, but plunged into an eye, it can be as effective as a blade.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes. He stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
Mm-hmm. After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
Jewel seems important. Why?
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
The Heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty faithful. Centurion must have been on a job. Got very clear instructions what to look for.
So it is not him we seek, but his employer. Is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the Lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
Duntine. Remember the place. Abandoned ruin just a few years ago.
More recently, the family's last heir, Roderick, returned to his ancestral seat and restored the castle.
Know any more about this Roderick?
His grandfather was an advisor to Queen Ademarta. The family received those lands as a grant for his service. Roderick is quite the recluse. He avoids society, preferring the company of a small team of knights, though the latter term is imprecise, as they seem more akin to vandals with crests on their shields.
Oriana, everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Counting on it, in fact. Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel. His employer could run. We need to proceed cautiously.
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect not to be troubled about it again. By anyone.
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I have a word?
You must excuse me a moment.
Oriana, any thoughts?
Few make me feel awkward, but in her presence, I sense anxiety, discomfort.
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Son Real and sought to steal the heart of Toussaint.
Look, the wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Not something I'm willing to believe. Worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your life.
It could be something else altogether. My sister, Siana, might be among the schemers. She left court when we were children. My parents banished her from the duchy. I've not seen her since.
Think your sister might be involved? Why?
You see, I recall her always being rather possessive, throwing jealous fits if I had something she didn't.
Here, that's normal for sisters. Rivalry.
True. I suppose I gave as good as I got. There are times I miss that. The wine, its theft, was the first clue. That's very much like her, but I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Siana received it from father as a gift, at a time when my parents thought of her as but an ill-behaved little girl. Someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen, or recovered. It's my sister. It must be.
A fallen princess satisfying whims, going after lost luxuries? Could be right. What did your sister do?
Siana was...
Parents run afoul of some mage?
No. She was born at an inopportune moment. They said she was touched by the curse of the Black Sun. Geralt, is it true? Can an individual be evil because they were born during the wrong lunar phase?
Could be the case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth. Isolated, prodded, ostracized. Couldn't have had it easy, Sian.
She was angry at the whole world. She felt in fear. I recall one such situation. She persuaded Cedric the Coolbird that she could see the future in her dreams. We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. It was an innocent child, Siana knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had, that he would... Cedric stole his father. In the end, they forced her to leave the palace. But your mission has gained new import. No matter what she did, she is not to be harmed in any way, shape, or form. You must make...
I'll find her if she's there.
I hope you do. I very much wish to talk to her. Sister to sister.
Your Grace, Geralt, I'd like to introduce...
Regis! What a surprise! I had no idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
My very dear friend, Detlaf van der Eritane, an arrival from Nazaire. We are lending our combined resources to the Witcher's Hunt.
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... ages. Literally. Witcher, I hear you know Regis too. Even that you are friends.
Few I can rely on like I can on Regis. Kinda hoping he thinks the same of me.
Curious. It seems opposites really do attract.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
You said you're both aiding him with his contract. It involves the Beast of Beauclair, I suspect. Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only two options, to kill or be killed?
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see sword in hand. Talking gets the job done for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. For what might a monster wish to apologize to a Witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
That's no excuse. There's always a way out, another solution. Seeking help, for instance.
These other solutions often come too late.
You're well aware there are men and witches who have done worse in defense of their loved ones. Am I right, Geralt?
If I understand you correctly, you would rather help a monster than kill it.
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the Witcher trade for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent time there as a child.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's fashions. Deep-cut dresses I found most fascinating.
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar, bring another bottle.
Let me go. Wanna help, Regis? Know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith. An exceptional conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a witcher, and the Duchess of Toussaint? My.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you in private. You crazy bringing Detlaf here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you are gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detlaf believes you'll succeed in your task, and he'll not need to kill anymore. That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renna.
Oriana. She really your friend? Can she be trusted?
I met her years ago, before I met you, and before she settled in Beauclair. We'd not seen one another in... I can't begin to tell you in how long. But I shall tell you all about her some other day.
Guessing it's no accident you two stopped by.
It would be quite some coincidence indeed. No, a dutiful little bird told us.
Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based at Duntine Castle.
That's splendid news. If they are there, Renna must be there as well.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there, too. Thing is, she might be involved. Could be behind the blackmailing.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract 2 women from the castle?
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Dettlaff, who wants revenge above all else.
Geralt, you must trust me. I've got a way with...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Dettlaff here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope you know what you're doing. Fine. I shall see to Dettlaff. Good luck, my friend.
Splendidly, Dettlaff. Ah, I'm grateful you brought back those memories. You're back. It took you long enough.
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine to be served to 2 exquisite ladies.
Regis, gallant as ever. I regret all the more that I shan't finish the 2nd bottle with you. Duty calls.
Your Grace, always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. Geralt, will you see me out? You have exceptional friends. This Dettlaff, an intriguing man to say the least.
Don't know him too well. He say much about himself?
Not much, but I've a good sense of the true nature of those I meet. I'd not survive a week at court otherwise.
So what's his?
Sensitive, sad. He carries within him the weight of a terrible tragedy. He is a good man, but lost, which is why he comes across as grim.
Didn't expect the evening to end like this.
Neither did I. But I have not drawn you out for a romantic stroll. I wish to make certain you know what you are to do.
Mm-hmm. Gotta go to Duntine.
I've decided my guardsmen will support you. You will meet them at Count de la Croix's mill. It stands along the Saône-Retour River, near the Cockatrice Inn. Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at midnight. You shall storm the castle together.
You are famed Geralt of Rivia, are you not?
You had to wonder to me. Geralt of Rivia. That's Richard.
Greetings. I hope your search goes well.
What do you have on offer? Farewell.
Good luck on the path. Greeting.
What do you have on offer? Farewell.
Good luck.
The archer from the north won the tourney. They say he's
Beauclerc, her most gracious duchess, has hired a witcher. I'm watching your flinty eye.
Nothing says love like a push and a shove.
Not so fast, Roach.
Expect armed resistance. The strength of the fortifications remains unknown. Your foes have committed treason. You fight them for the good of the Duchy. Captain de la Tour will give you the details.
Geralt, good you're here. Ready to attack Duntine?
See, you already prepared a plan. Walk me through it.
We have two objectives. To find Her Illustrious Highness's sister and capture the men who blackmailed the vampire. Duntine is a modest complex. Several old buildings, a high wall around them. At the center of the enclosure stands an imposing keep, restored not long past by the elderly knight of the castle, Roderick. We mean to strike here, through the main gate, then secure the area in front of the keep by storm.
How many men defend Duntine, you know?
Roderick maintains a team of knights for defense. They are no army, but they could number several dozen. Also, Roderick recently took in a band of foreign mercenaries. About them we know very little.
Cintrian's men, gotta be. Ran into a few in town. They tried to kill me. Need to hit them from both sides. You draw the defenders, keep them busy. I'll sneak in the back way, find the women, make sure they come to no harm. I'll vault over the wall as soon as you start your assault.
Your plan puts you at great risk, but I sense you will handle it well. Let us go.
So it begins.
Quick! We grab Roderick's horses and we bolt.
We won't vault far if the boys up front don't hold.
Not so fast. Little change of plans. Come on, come closer. Roderick sent them to get the horses. He's looking to flee. Can't let him.
I see no ducals along the road.
They must not be guarding it.
Roderick was bloody butch. What was that?
Hurry with those
Trying
crates!
to escape.
But be careful. If you drop any, someone's here. They've breached the back wall. Come on.
Kill it! I'm a fast nut to crack!
Mercy! Mercy! I did no wrong.
Nuh-uh. Kept the wrong damn company. Centrion's men, where are they?
I knew. Shouldn't have let them under my roof.
Where's the hostage, the woman?
What do you mean? I know nothing about a hostage. Must be the handiwork of my guests.
Where are they now?
In the keep, ready in their escape.
There's someone with them? Woman named Sienna?
Of course. She convinced me to let them in.
And a whole pile of trouble along with them. Where is she?
Packing. We were to leave together. An old fool. I'd have done anything for her.
Where is she? In the keep too?
Yes. Her chamber is in the tower, the top floor. What will become of me?
Here, press it against the wound. Should staunch the bleeding.
I thank you. This one! Kill the shit like that! You will die, you little stronza! I will tear you to shreds! You will die, you little stronza! I will tear you to shreds! What is happening? On my knee! This one! Kill this I will tear you to shreds! You will die, you little stronza! I will tear you to shreds!
How you like that silver? Giving you one last chance. Yield.
And Harlot got us into this. Kill him! Attack!
shall pay for everything!
Wasn't expecting to see you two here.
We thought you could use our help, so...
Witcher, this is no time to explain. Where is Renna?
Expect to answer a lot of questions inside.
Let us go then. Renna! Are you hurt? If any of them.
You know me. I'd never let them hurt me. I just waited for you to come.
I didn't know where to look. They threatened to kill you. Forgive me. I failed you.
Now we need only find Anna Henrietta's sister. Where should we look? Do you know?
Mm-hmm. Ran into Roderick, Duntine's lord. Told me where I'd find Sienna.
Then speak and let's grab her. Time is short.
Said she was in a room in the tower. Very one we're in right now. Which, incidentally, looks nothing like a prison cell. And just so happens there's a carafe full of wine here. Bet it's stolen San Real.
What's your point?
Giving you one chance to tell us everything yourself.
I've nothing to tell.
Witcher, what is this?
Sorry, Dettlaff. You've been had.
My friend, please. You must listen to what Geralt has to say.
Never was any abduction. She faked it to be able to control you, manipulate you.
You lie! He seeks to turn us against each other.
Let him speak.
Blackmailers? Pure fiction. She planned everything. You killed all those men at her behest.
That is impossible.
Sorry, Dettlaff. She used you. Part of her plan.
You will come to Teshem, Mudna, can explain all. If you do not, I will raise Beauclair to the ground. This I promise you. You've 3 days. I shall be waiting.
He just fly off?
He did not wish to act rashly. He's gone to soothe his nerves.
Think he'll do it? Make good on his threat?
I cannot say. He can be unpredictable when fury consumes him.
I shall go to him.
Come again? After what he just...
You don't know Dettlaff like I do. If I don't do as he says, he truly will destroy the city. He's more than capable of it.
Seems you've got some last scraps of honor left.
It's the least I can do.
Well, it truly does seem the best option.
Your Grace, we must proceed with caution. Guardsmen saw vampires here. They could still be about.
Vampires or no vampires, my sister is here. Find her.
Your Grace, that...
Siana, it's true.
It's you. Sister, dear. What have you gotten yourself into?
So concerned, I'm surprised. Is there an ounce of truth to it?
You feel resentment. I understand. But I promise we shall work through all the unfortunate matters of the past. We will discuss them later. Captain, escort Siana to the palace. I shall meet with her as soon as we return.
As you wish, Your Grace.
And you, Witcher. You have my thanks. I cannot believe my sister was so near the whole time. Roderick of Duntine shall answer for treason and blackmail.
Roderick got duped and used, just like the vampire.
Apropos, were you able to establish who kidnapped his beloved?
We've discovered Siana blackmailed the vampire. Ordered him to kill those men.
What? What nonsense is this?
She is his missing lover. Staged her own abduction to force him to do her bidding.
He was a tool. Whole scheme was Siana's. She was behind it.
You're mistaken. You must be. This cannot be true.
Your Grace, I know this vampire and...
What? You know him? Who is he?
Dettlaff.
The same who so recently sat at my table and told me of Nazaire. Is there anything else you've neglected to mention? A dragon living beneath Mount Gorgon, perhaps? Is anyone else here a vampire? Where is he now?
Waiting for Siana. If she doesn't show up to meet him by an appointed time, he'll destroy Beauclair.
He dares threaten us?
Your Grace, we have 3 days to bring him Siana and...
Not a word. You have 3 days to bring me his head. No more secrets. No more helping vampires. I want what I'm paying for. The head of the beast.
Do you think Her Grace's nerves have been calmed?
Doubt it. Rarely forgets, rarely retracts what she says, especially not threats.
Yes, well, even I must admit Dettlaff's actions were highly inappropriate. Reprehensible, even. Are you upset?
Why would I be?
Let's see. You're returning from your hunt empty-handed. No trophy. No new lead to boast of, then pursue.
Upset's just not a sensation I feel. Ever. Mutations, remember?
Yes, of course. The excuse you resort to whenever you'd rather not talk about something.
Observant of you. So let's change the subject.
How do your employers customarily react when you fail to meet their expectations?
It depends. Peasants cuss me out. Merchants demand I refund their deposit, whereas nobles mostly just release their hounds.
And rulers?
Usually threaten me with the gallows.
A most illustrious grace awaits the gentleman.
Your Grace, the population demands she be punished. Siana's committed terrible crimes. Spilt so much blood. They...
Another word, Palmerin, and I shall spill even more blood. Yours. I repeat for the last time. Siana is responsible for the death of many, true. But she is also my sister. We are bound by blood and by a shared childhood. I shall not allow her to be lynched.
Your Grace, I fear the masses might rise. Storm the prison, pitchforks and torches in hand.
Let them storm. They will not find her there. Siana is hidden away in a safe place. She shall await trial there until we have rid ourselves of this accursed vampire. Which, to judge by your means, has not yet come to pass.
Did what we could, but...
My patience is at an end, Geralt. Where is he? Where is Detlaf?
Don't know. I lost his trail.
Is this all you have to say?
I respect your grace. All I can say is the truth.
At times, I hunt foxes. Do you know how it works? The ducal huntsman releases the hounds. They catch the fox's scent, chase the animal down, and lead the Bachu to it. All within an hour. You, Witcher, have had a week. The aid of my most excellent knights. Yet, you have tracked absolutely nothing down. I've begun to suspect my beagles might have done a better job.
Allow me to point out certain subtle but essential differences between a higher vampire and a fox, or game in general.
Truly. Like the ones between a pathetic quip and a treasonous offense. Watch your words, Witcher. But to the matter at hand. Have you managed to establish anything?
Your Grace, it seems Siana tricked Detlaf, used him to murder the knights who escorted her into exile. We have reason to believe that...
Your Grace! Vampires!
What? Speak now!
Vampires! They protect the city! Captain de la Tour defends the square near the boat landing, but so many lives lost.
Damn it.
If it's war this Detlaf wants, it's war he shall have. Geralt, get to work. This time I'll hear no excuses. Palmerin, you...
Get her out of here.
Siana failed to appear as summoned. And there. Dettlaff is not making idle threats.
Seems not. Need to make some serious plans of our own now. It's gone too far, damn it. Gotta find him. Stop him. Question is how. We've tried everything.
That is not exactly true. There is a certain, staggeringly dangerous, mind you, way to force Dettlaff to reveal himself, and incite him to fight.
That's so. Go on, then. Let me hear it.
In due course. But first, Geralt, I'd like you to consider the alternative. After all, you could fulfill Dettlaff's demand and liberate his beloved Siana.
Really want to free Siana? Hand her over to Dettlaff? Refuse to accept you consider that wise.
It's hard to believe, I know, but Dettlaff is not actually evil, merely impulsive. He needs but meet with her, speak with her, and he will spare the city.
So say I agree to this, 'cause I might. Still no chance Anna Henrietta will.
I do not recall ever suggesting we ask her permission.
Got serious reservations about this plan. Not least among them, we have no idea where Siana's being held. You heard the Duchess. She's not at the prison.
Hardly a reservation. More of an excuse. I'm certain you'll find her. You must merely decide you wish to.
Could ask Damien. Duchess treats him like a lapdog. Keeps him close most times. He might know something more.
There, you see? I knew you'd think of something. Bravo.
The meeting. What if it's nothing like you say? What if it goes sour, ends in a fight? Willing to guarantee Siana won't get hurt?
It seems unlikely in the extreme that...
Didn't ask for a lecture on probability. Need a simple answer. Yes or no.
I vow that not a hair on her head shall come to any harm. I trust I've dispelled your doubts, then.
Not so fast. We're not done talking. How would I go about luring Dettlaff out of hiding if I wanted to? With the blood of a virgin?
You see, somewhere nearby lives an unusual denizen, one of the unseen, ancient and powerful vampires, among the oldest and strongest.
And?
Toussaint is this unseen elder's territory. All vampires owe him fealty while they are here. He need but say the word, designate a time and place, and Dettlaff will be forced to appear.
So this unseen elder, how do we convince him to summon Dettlaff?
We must find him first. The elder does not see arrivals unless he absolutely must. But locals, Oriana, for instance, you know, she too is a...
Yeah, figured it out. All right, let's say she gets me in to see the unseen elder. What then?
I don't know. You'll have to improvise, I suppose.
So I'm basically stuck. Either gotta give in to a blackmailer, or fight him.
You know what I would opt for. Should we free Siana and arrange for her to meet with Dettlaff, there's a good chance we'll all survive this ordeal. Dettlaff included.
Regis, don't mean to put you on the spot, but I gotta know. Say I do decide to fight Dettlaff. Who'll you stand with?
Should you decide your sword is the sole solution, I shall not stand in your way.
Appreciate it.
Certainly hope so. Now, please tell me, what is it you intend to do?
No idea. Need to think.
Not an easy choice. Understood. Permit me to leave you to wrestle with this dilemma. I'm needed in the city. I cannot stop what is happening, but I can try to limit the number of victims. Once you've decided and learned something, perhaps, whisper a word to the ravens. I shall find you.
empty stomach. Dreadful. Did you guess this, champion?
Ah!
Keep calm. Start no pros.
It's slaughter. Clement soon smashed. Cosma is dead.
What of Captain Damien?
What is his hope? Barricaded it. But they'll not keep them out long.
Virtues, you knights have virtues. The gods have seen fit to punish us all.
Shut your mouth, you dwarven here.
In a hurry to get somewhere?
Very much so. Now be kind enough to step aside.
Chaos in the city. Know what's going on?
Naturally. It's rather irritating.
Bloodbath in the streets. That's irritating? I'd probably use a stronger term.
Well, you know, I'm getting on in years. Not easily impressed. Takes a bit more to get me worked up.
Yeah, I suppose empathy's not something I associate with vampires.
I suspected you would guess.
Wasn't hard. Not like you tried hard to hide it.
Should I have?
Well, I am a witcher.
And thus my foe?
That depends entirely on you. Need to, see you're unseen. Convince him to stop Dettlaff. Heard you could help me with that.
My. It seems my dear Regis needs to be reprimanded. He's become rather indiscreet. And you, there are simpler ways to commit suicide. A number of bridges you could jump off, for instance.
Just want to talk to him.
Talk. Lovely. He'll rend your head from your neck. Make shreds of you before you can open your mouth.
Let me worry about that. Willing to do it or not?
I too would prefer a city calmed, but to reveal so dear a secret to a witcher. Know what? Come with me. I must tend to a certain matter. Then we'll talk.
Oriana, I don't have time for that. Folk are dying
And I'm about to mount my horse, so either ride with me or finish this moving monologue alone.
Damn it. Fine. Where are we going?
Not far. You see, I maintain a kind of shelter just outside Beauclair. An orphanage, to be precise. I've heard the birds whisper. They claim a terrible thing's happened there. Under the present circumstances, I must treat this seriously. I'm sure you understand.
Perfectly. Let's go. Must cost a small fortune maintaining this place.
What can I do? I have a weakness for children.
Meaning?
Meaning that I... Wait. Smell that?
Blood.
Arno! Arno! Arno!
Please. Shh.
What happened? Where's Arno? Speak.
Shh. Oh, the monster will come.
Easy, little man. You're safe now.
I was so scared. So scared.
Of what? You can tell us. Take your time.
I woke up because of the bells. Then the screams. I pulled the quilt over my head so I wouldn't hear. But they were so loud. And something began pounding on the roof. Boom, boom, louder and louder. Then Uncle Arno came and said, "Sit quiet, real quiet. Shh, shh, and you'll be all right."
The whole son abandoned them, left them and ran away.
What happened then?
Bartes, Neve, Mora, and some others. They ran out. My sister Anna and me. We hid right here in the room. But Anna, she began to cry. I covered her mouth, whispered, "Shh, shh, shh." Held her long. Till she stopped.
You mean to say you...
Drop it. Who's this Arno?
The Guardian. He ran the orphanage with his wife, for a generous fee. I don't see them, can't hear or smell them either. They fled, left the children behind as bait.
Uncle Arno told us to be quiet as mice, and the monster wouldn't come, but it did. It came.
Think I know enough.
As do I. Something killed my children. I'll stay with the boy. He shouldn't be left alone again. You track down this scum. Bring me its head and I'll help you with the unseen.
Boy's hurt. Wounds need dressing.
Not to worry. I'll see to it.
You sure? Got a lot of practice, just need a few minutes to...
Go.
Fine. See if I can't find a lead.
Excellent. Go on, get to work. Come, little one. I'll sing to you. Wolves asleep in midst the trees, bats all a-swaying in the breeze. But when soul lies anxious, wide awake, fearing all manner of ghouls, hags, and wraiths,